Hello friends, welcome to our channel. Today we are going to look on the topic of curvature and radius of curvature. You might have come across this term in your high school physics while studying spherical lenses or mirrors, or maybe in one of your undergraduate mathematics course. Some of you might be not sure what the term mean or how to find it. Today we are going to exactly talk on that. So let's begin. So, what is curvature? Well, curvature of a curve is defined as how fast the curve is bending as we move on it. That is, how quickly the bend is occurring as we move along the curve. Here in the figure below, I have shown a curve y equals to f of x. Let's take 2 points P and Q, here shown as green dots. Now we want to find the curvature as one moves from point P to Q. One thing that we notice here is that as we move from point P to Q, the inclination angle. Well, what is this term? Let me explain. At point P, I have drawn a tangent to the curve. The angle that this tangent makes with respect to the x-axis in counterclockwise direction is here shown as psi 1. This is what the inclination angle is. Similarly, at point Q, I have drawn another tangent to the curve, and this makes an angle psi 2 with respect to the x-axis in counterclockwise direction. This is the inclination angle corresponding to point Q. So, as one moves along the curve from point P to Q, we see that the inclination angle changes with change in arc length. This is how curvature is measured. That is, we find the change in the inclination angle and the corresponding change in arc length and find the ratio. And what we get here is curvature is given by psi 2 minus psi 1 over PQ, where PQ is the arc length as one move along the curve from point P to Q, and psi 2 and psi 1 are the angle of inclination, as I have already mentioned. The curvature that we got is what we call as the mean curvature. To find the curvature corresponding to any point on the curve, we need to move by a small distance ds along the curve and then find the corresponding change in inclination angle d psi. Then the ratio of d psi over ds is what we call as the curvature at that point. Here you can see k is equal to d psi by ds, where k is the symbol for curvature used. Now we want to find a convenient closed form expression for calculating k. As you know that the angle that a tangent to a curve at any point makes with the x-axis in counterclockwise direction is psi. So tangent of that angle, that is tan psi, is nothing but the slope of the tangent to the curve at that point, which is equal to dy by dx at that point. Now differentiating both sides with respect to s, we get d psi over ds multiplied by secant square psi is equal to d by ds of dy by dx, which is equal to d square y over ds into dx. In the next step, we multiply the right hand side by dx on both the numerator and the denominator, so that it becomes d square y over dx square multiplied by dx over ds. Further, we rearrange the terms so that we get the value of d psi over ds, and we call this as equation 2. Now we know from equation 1 that tan psi is equal to dy over dx, and from our basic knowledge about trigonometry that 1 plus tan square psi is equal to secant square psi, we get this expression, that is secant square psi is equal to 1 plus dy by dx whole square. Next, we need to find dx over ds to simplify the RHS of equation 2. To get you an intuition on what this term dx over ds is, I have drawn a curve, and if we move on it by a small distance ds, notice that this also creates a displacement in the x direction. To depict that, I have made a right angle triangle whose hypotenuse denotes the small movement along the curve, that is ds, and the other two sides shows the displacement in the x and y direction. If we notice carefully, we will see that psi is the angle made by the tangent to the curve at the point from where we moved a distance ds along the curve. Therefore, we get dx over ds is equal to cosine of psi. Next thing that we need to do is to find cos psi. To find cos psi, I have made another right angle triangle corresponding to equation 1, that is tan psi is equal to dy by dx. As you can see, I have taken the perpendicular to be of length dy by dx and the base of length 1. Now we can get the value of cos psi from this triangle. Therefore, dx over ds is equal to cosine of psi, which is equal to 1 over square root of 1 plus dy by dx whole square. Substituting the value of secant square psi and of dx over ds in equation 2, we get the formula for curvature. Now notice that in the formula for curvature, we have this modulus sign. This is because the value of curvature is always a positive value. It cannot be negative. Now let's look on the other term, radius of curvature. As you can see, r, which is the radius of curvature, is nothing but the reciprocal of curvature, and hence we have this expression r is equal to 1 over k. In the next video, we will look on some examples of curvature and radius of curvature so that they strengthen our concepts. So see you on the next video. Thank you.